Hello, I'm Azaikyousuke. Welcome back to another update video. It's been quite a while since I've made another update. I think it's been about a month or so. I wanted to make an update probably about, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks ago. I told you guys about the update about how I was done with Amayui, the second Amayui, and I was waiting for people on Patreon to get back to me on the next visual novel that they want me to play. But during that time, I actually was playing a visual novel that my friend gifted. It was called The Mind Beneath Us, or Minds Beneath Us. It was a very interesting visual novel because, for the most part, in a lot of visual novels, you kind of play the back like stage player, right? You make the choices, but a lot of the times, what you're doing is actually reading the monologue of the character that's playing the game, or the character that's already inside of the story. But in this one, instead, there's like a monologue of the character inside of your brain, but a lot of the choices you actually choose are your own choices, right? So it's pretty interesting to me. But yeah, that was already done. So that was only like a 5 episode like playthrough. The first episode is up on Patreon if you guys want to be or want to take a look at it. Just become a free member and then go to the collection page. You should get a link to the mega page and it'll get you to the first episode. And the second thing that I wanted to tell you guys was the fact that this was like the longest that I chose a patron, and yet they either didn't get back to me or they don't have another visual novel for me to let's play. So I have to keep rolling the patrons until one of them actually chose a let's play or a visual novel for me to do. And that one, it took me about a week or some change, right, to get the visual novel. And the visual novel is called Mahoyo Sky no Yoru, which is Witch on the Holy Night. It's a Type Moon visual novel. So I am very apprehensive about visual novels that are very popular because the old channel actually got striked because of Meteor World Actor. And that was a decently big visual novel. Like, I keep saying this, but I really am sad the fact that, the thing that got my channel to be struck down was not rants, but it was just some goddamn copyright strike garbage. But, yeah, that's the next visual novel. So, what I am planning on doing for that visual novel, for the Patreon, like, visual novel there, is probably just put the first episode on YouTube, and if it's actually flagged, I'll probably just not, like I'll just put the first episode. I don't want to deal with anything that's popular basically when it comes to playthroughs and stuff. So I'm already done with the second episode just last week for Witch on the Holy Night. It's a decent visual novel, surprisingly. Like I thought that even though there wasn't really much going on, I would be a bit more like, the text is also a bit wordy, so I'm like, maybe it's not gonna be my thing, but surprisingly, a lot of the characters seem to be very unique and they kind of shine during the discussion or the conversations that they have, even though they might not be very meaningful. Sorry about that. But yeah, the next visual novel is gonna be Witch on the Holy Night, and Baldr Sky. I am currently trying to do the fifth route. If it's yeah, it's definitely sixth route for Baldr Sky. I finished up the thing called the Reminiscent. I guess this is just a short like update on Baldr Sky for people that are curious. I enjoy it, but at the same time, I'm kind of disliking it because it's going on way too long. One, the battle doesn't seem to change all that much because I don't really change the stuff that I use, right? And that's because I don't like using some of the stuff that you have to choose or you have to use. Like, I think making the combat system work in a way that you have to use X skill Y amount of times to open up this new skill, it's a very bad system. Sure, it makes you try to be creative and try to change your lineup or loadout or whatever, but that's not really the type of person that I am. I prefer to just, if there's a different, like a skill that's similar to what I'm using, but it's better that I just choose that, right? I have a decent combo going, but it just wasn't doing too much damage. As for Reminiscent, that's basically just the flashbacks that you guys have seen throughout all of the four routes that you've done. And I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it whatsoever. It was very, very tedious. And the only new stuff that you get is probably about 10% throughout everything. And it just made me hate the main character along with the girl called Sora a lot more. But I'm kind of deep into like Baldr Sky at this point, like the whole sunk cost fallacy thing. I'll see whether or not the next two routes are gonna be very different, right? We'll see. Other than that, I don't really have much to say about like visual novels and stuff. I guess I can just talk about what I've been doing currently, right? So I've been meeting new friends again, as I said. I've been very tired lately, maybe because I don't really go back to the house. Usually before I was meeting friends and whatnot, before I take on the coaching job, I would just be going back to the house at what 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 1 p.m. sometimes, right? And then I would just do my recording sessions, and I would just after that I would edit out the videos. I would probably just chill out. But now I kind of go back to the house very late at times. Sometimes 9 p.m., sometimes 8 p.m. Last week when I was meeting up some of my old friends that I haven't really hang around with, we were playing some badminton and that ended at maybe 5:30 p.m. But they were going to like another of my friend's house again to play some board games. So we were playing board games up until 7. Then there's like a what do you call it? An underclassman that came to his house, and it was his birthday, and we I actually got treated to dinner by him. So very very thankful for that. After that, we played some more board games at the house. So all in all, I think I went back home at half to 1 a.m. Like I usually go to my friend's house, but we don't really like go out all that much, Maybe we would drink some alcohol, maybe we'd drink a tiny bit and then we just talk, right? And then I'd probably just black out and probably sleep at his house. That was what I used to do maybe a couple of years back before I started doing the visual novel and stuff. Well, sometimes I still do that, but I don't really talk about it because most of the time when I do that, I'm probably like, oh, I have a hangover. But this was actually a very, what do you call it? Like a very interesting experience because usually during the night, what I do with my friends, as I said, I guess it's just a different group of friends that I've been hanging out with. We usually just play video games. We play, I don't know, Dota 2, maybe something else, maybe something that can accommodate a lot of people, right? Maybe like 4 to 5 people. But this was a larger group, probably about 8 or 9, so kind of crazy. But yeah, other than that, I have been trying to like do more stuff in the background. Like, I'll probably make a new channel about fitness. That was what I was trying to do. And I was also thinking about making a Fiverr for online coaching or whatever for people that are getting into exercise. I don't think people that are intermediate in exercising should be like coaching for me, to be fair. I consider myself to be intermediate, and I don't think that I know more than a lot of other people out there. I can teach you the basics, but truth be told, guys, even though I'm coaching as a job or a profession right now, what I want for people is the fact that I give them information, I give them knowledge, and at the end of the day, they don't need coaching, right? I feel like when it comes to service jobs, I am that type of person. I'm the type of person that will give you all my knowledge, and I would prefer if you can actually use that knowledge to go by yourself. You can go solo without needing people to help you out anymore. That's really what I want for people when I coach them. But I get it that sometimes not everyone wants that sort of thing, right? Maybe they just want to pay for your service and they want to keep that service forever. And I don't mind that. Like, my sister's friend is actually one of those clients that are like that. She said that, or I asked her if she has any body goals. She said she doesn't really have any. And the reason why she asked me for my coaching is because she's the type that needs a coach whenever she's exercising. And I'm like, okay, if that's what you want, then I'll accommodate. Preferably, of course, I want to change how she approaches exercise and having her own goals and whatnot. But, you know, that's what she wants, and I'm not going to change what she wants. But yeah, other than that, I don't really have anything much else to say. I feel like when I'm making that YouTube like fitness channel, it's going to be a lot different compared to this. I'll probably try to be a lot more concise. I'll probably try to script my videos. I still feel like the videos that I do for the Let's Play channel here is probably, I don't know, it's like my safe space. I don't like scripting. I don't like doing any of those like, I wouldn't say meaningless, but it's like very tedious, right? Scripting to me is tedious, and then having to like care about the amount of minutes that you talked on camera, thinking about people's attention span. I feel like that is just something that I don't really want to think about. But if I were to want to grow the channel, I'd probably have to think about that to some degree. That's why, like, this visual novel channel is probably my safe haven. uh, that's why I really also don't want, people to be like, I keep saying this, but the visual novel channel is something that I want to use, or that I made just so that I can give you guys. I'm not really giving you guys anything. It's just a way for me to tell you guys about how much I love visual novels in general, right? It's to make other people probably play visual novels too, to some degree. And yeah, I think that's about it, really. So I guess I'll see you guys on the next channel update. The next channel update, or maybe the next one, the next one. Sorry about that. Is probably when I'm also gonna be like launching the fitness channel. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll probably give you guys a link to it. You know, I would appreciate that, because that is probably where I'm gonna try to be more focused towards making money. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next update. See ya.